Welcome to the RVA Sports Awards, live from the Altria Theater. Final Score Fridays 30th season with sports director Lane Casadante and Sean Robertson. Sponsored by Toyota, Paramount Builders, and Reynolds Community College.
Good evening, everyone. Week 7 of Final Score Friday. We've already passed the halfway point of our 30th season. That means it is time to start thinking about the playoffs, as every team is now halfway through their regular seasons as well. The cheerleaders from Douglas Freeman are here tonight. Their Mavericks had a big West End matchup that we will get to in a few moments. But we start with our game of the week between number 2 Glen Allen and 4th-ranked Varina. For the Blue Devils, games like this are more of a normal occurrence. But for the Jaguars, this is something of uncharted territory.
At 5-0 for the first time in program history, they were also tied with Oscar Smith for the top seed in Region 6A heading into tonight, and they had a chance to do something they had never done before. Glen Allen was going for their first ever win against Varina at the Blue Devils homecoming, and congratulations to the Queen, Deja Piquet. They didn't announce the king. That's at homecoming dance tomorrow night. First quarter, party. First quarter, no score. Devin Henderson takes the late pitch, goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Jerry Lawler?
Maybe. 6-0 after the missed PAT. Second quarter, Varina special teams show out. They get the block, and then the room service bounce to Jaden Walker, who goes 20 yards for the score. 12-0 after the missed PAT. Later in the second, Caleb Weiss buys some time and will find Damari Carter in the back of the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown. Varina led 18-3 at the break. They get their 4th straight win since week 0's loss to Indian River. They take it 38-3 the final.
I mean, honestly, man, I said this before the season started. I feel like we got one of the best D-lines in the state of Virginia. And for people to try to run the ball at us, man, it's all about grit. Bull, Baskerville, just everybody. They knew what they wanted to do. We knew what we was going to do, and we wanted to force them to pass the ball.
Another top 10 matchup in Chester tonight. Number 1 Matoaka visiting 9th-ranked Thomas Dale, who was coming off a tough loss to Dinwiddie last week. The Warriors have just 1 win against the Knights in their last 8 meetings, and they didn't waste any time. Second play from scrimmage, Bryce Yates. 90 yards to Dylan Newton short. They will not get him. Nobody else even in the picture. 7-0 Warriors just 2 plays into the game. Didn't get much better for the Knights after that. Yates with a 14-yard TD run. They missed the extra point, and that made it 13-0, and the Warrior defense makes it stand. They pitch the shutout. Jonah Loudon tips the pass down. First ever shutout of the Knights as Matoaka stays unbeaten with a 13-0 win over Thomas Dale.
The showers through which the full field trudged on Saturday have given way to sunny skies and a clear forecast to settle this year's State Open of Virginia. Connor Burgess is trying to become the first golfer in a decade to repeat as champion, and he began Sunday just 3 shots off the lead. After being named an honorable mention All-American at UVA, George Duangmane is playing in his first tournament as a professional. And after back-to-back rounds of 68, he started within 2 shots of the lead. Brandon Berry has won 3 Monday qualifiers this year, getting him into PGA events. He is no stranger to pressure or to winning, and found himself tied with Logan Riley for the lead at Independence. Riley is trying to make some State Open history of his own in becoming just the 4th player ever to win the State Amateur and the State Open in the same year. It's a crowded leaderboard, but only one can take home the Farmington Trophy and be crowned the Commonwealth's champion golfer.
Virginia from Independence Golf Club. Sponsored by Estes. Welcome to the Dudley Awards, sponsored by Renewal by Anderson.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CBS 6's special presentation of the Dudley and Lanier Awards. These two honors highlight the very best of college football in the Commonwealth, named after two of the best players Virginia has ever produced. Since 1990, the Bill Dudley Award has gone to the best player in the state, and since 2004, it's been amended to go to the best player at the Division I level. The Willie Lanier Award is presented to the best player at the Division II, III, and NAIA level of the game. It is now time to present our final two awards of the evening. On behalf of everyone here at CBS 6, the Touchdown Club of Richmond, and our panel of voters, it is my honor to announce that the winner of this year's Willie Lanier Award is running back Jada Byers of Virginia Union. He is just the second Panther to win the Lanier and the first player in history to win it twice after being honored in 2022. He is with us here tonight. Congratulations. I know there's a bunch of people that you'd like to thank. Who are they?
I just want to give thanks to the man above for giving me the opportunity to showcase my talent.
As the team prepares for year one of Dan Quinn 2.0, different verbs float around the facility. But one you won't hear is rebuild.
That feels like real estate to me. That's why I said recalibrate. It's not a rebuilding. We're not buying an old house. It's how quickly can we get to become good at so many different parts of our football.
When you have that one voice, that one mission, I think it makes it very clear what the expectation is, and there's not a lot of deviation from that, because if you want to be a part of this team and this organization, you have to fit that mold or you probably won't be here.
Another change in Quinn's recalibration of the franchise is that the team will have not one but two joint practices this training camp. The first in New York against the Jets, leading up to the preseason opener August 10th. The second in Miami against the Dolphins, leading up to that exhibition on August 17th. That's the story here in Ashburn at Commanders Training Camp. I'm Sean Robertson, CBS 6 Sports. This is a big weekend here at the Henrico and Sports Events Center. Cheer for Gear taking place this weekend on the 1-year anniversary of this facility. Dennis, you've been a part of this for a long, long time, but you resurrected it a couple of years ago. What made you decide to do that?
Well, it just felt right. I mean, the foundation was built over 15 years or so ago with the holiday cheering gear to support Salvation Army and the Angel Tree. And in my old role, I used to go and drop off and make donations of footballs and basketballs and soccer balls. And last year when we opened the Sports Center 1 year ago, we had an opportunity with VCU's women playing here to resurrect the cheering gear and bring it back. And it was a success, and now we've just made a whole weekend out of it.
Now, we heard that our good friend, Stephen Hayes, our GM, was able to come here earlier this weekend and donate some items for you. But here at CBS 6, you know what we do, CBS 6 Gives. We're going to do a little surprise for you. You have no idea this is what we're going to do. We're going to see where we can find it. Here we go. We want to donate a gift card, I believe $200
that's fantastic.
from CBS 6. We want to donate this to you. Continue doing this, and we got plenty more supplies and everything like that for the kids that are in dire need of the sports equipment. So we appreciate what you've done for that, and hopefully that can help out.
Well, thank you guys very much, and it will go a long way to brighten some kids' day on Christmas Day. So thank you.
So come on out to the Sports and Events Center here in Henrico to donate for the cheering gear.
There figured to be history made at this year's A-10 championship game, but it was not the kind for which VCU was hoping. While Duquesne goes to the NCAA tournament for the first time since the original Star Wars movie came out, the Rams will have to settle for being part of turning a potential blowout into a one-possession game and giving themselves several chances to pull off a stunning comeback.
I've seen a lot of these conference championship games, and when you get down by that margin, sometimes it continues to steamroll. And this team wouldn't have it because we have, great kids in that locker room, and they began to, create some momentum and positivity and fight that I'm really proud of.
Like, obviously this isn't great, but I don't think the result, changes what we have in our locker room. So I think that's a blessing.
To really just see all of us come together and really be on the same page and want to win the game, and that run was a huge part of the game.
This team willed its way into a championship situation with 40 minutes. And it'd be a shame for it to end right now because they have more to give.
The Rams held the tournament's most outstanding players scoreless in the second half. Max Shulga and Joe Bamasiel made the all-tournament team, and for the 14th consecutive year, the A-10 has a new champion. From the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, Lane Casadante, CBS. Last year, the Flying Squirrels had a record 5 players: Patrick Bailey, Luis Matos, Marco Luciano, Tyler Fitzgerald, and Wade Meckler all make the jump from AA to the majors in the same season. And the ones that we talked to said while they could not have prepared for such a ride all at once, it taught them a valuable lesson about being appreciative of the moment, wherever it might be.
A dream come true, really, because ever since I can remember, just knowing my dad played in the big leagues, I always wanted to be like him and live out that dream that he lived out.
Maybe not necessarily what I thought was going to happen, but it was a good surprise. Obviously, I think I had 14 games in Richmond and 14 in SAC, and then I was in San Francisco. It was quick, but it was fun.
It's really cool to see those guys kind of blossom into the player that they're supposed to be, and when that happens, it's a really cool moment, and then they get rewarded for it, which is even better.
To have some of your best friends make it and make their dreams become a reality, it definitely is. It's inspiring. It's a good source of motivation for us, for sure.
In addition to those 5 players, 5 other former Squirrels made their big league debuts last year as well, bringing that total to 10 just in 2023. Altogether, the Squirrels are approaching 100 former players that have made it to the major leagues. In Scottsdale, Arizona, Lane Casadante, CBS 6 Sports.